downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What works in our final month? We're underway in Week 14.
Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And some space here. And he'll be dropped at the 36. It's a good gain of 18 on a play that originated back at the 18. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They just do get the play off. Now Cousins. And that going to be incomplete. Boy, nearly intercepted right away.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
It always helps when you get great run support from your safeties, and when you get one who can actually read the play and get upfield and shut it down before it gets going, it's exactly what you're looking for.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. To throw is Cousins. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you used the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. They'll try the middle with Cook, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Second down, they go right back to Cook. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's second and 13. Again, it's Cook. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance in guessing, because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 44 yards rushing for him already. A terrific opening drive on the ground, and it's a first down. Up the middle, it's Cook. Brought down at the 20.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. They run it again with Cook. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
4th down, field goal try coming, so Cousins is off, and on comes Greg Joseph from Minnesota.
This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead.
Well, they started the drive backed up pretty deep, but a nice effort to overcome the field position, get into field goal range on the game's opening possession.
And, Brandon, I think from where they started, the initial thought was, can we get 1 or 2 first downs and help out our defense after we pump the ball away with field position? But as that drive went on, I think their sights got set a little bit higher. They were thinking touchdown, ended up settling in between and coming away with a field goal.
They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Defensively, Harrison Phillips there to stop him. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
They will run straight ahead with Swift.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the 1st. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Now a give right side Swift. And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line. The Lions at 7-5 now in the year. They were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down.
And he stopped immediately there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Play fake. Mariota under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
It's Ross Blacklock who earns the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it on line, but it comes up about a rotation short. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
One. Here we go. They start the drive with Cook, and they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. And Ndamukong Suh unblockable there as he got in there to make the stop behind the line.
Good luck trying to get your running game going against Ndamukong Suh. I mean, he is so strong. Just trying to move him Take one guy, two guys, whatever. I wish you a whole lot of luck. He usually converts an offensive running game into rubble.
Now on 2nd and 13. Cousins swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
3rd and long for Cousins. They're trying for Rager, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
Well, it certainly looked to me like he tapped into the quarterback's thought process there. But I'm hearing more and more when I go around the league, defenders sitting in on quarterback meetings trying to learn more about how they think so they can be in the right position to be in the right spot, as he was there to pick that one off and take it all the way back for a touchdown.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Nwangu now from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all. And if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff. And it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Cook again. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 67 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff running through the middle. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And some room to work. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 17 yards, first down, Vikings. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Cook running right. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Second down at 4.
Cook up the gut. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a give running right, it's Cook. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 2nd and 12, Cousins. And this one too low.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Play fake, Cousins.
Got an open man, finding Jefferson.
Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up for the 1st and goal.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll run with Cook. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
The line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The coverage good, the pressure good, leads to the sack, and it's 3rd and goal now. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the 2nd half is underway.
No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
Mariota's throw taken in by Cooper here.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
Swift going to try up the middle. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down. These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the Lions who got the road victory in that one, so they'll be looking to claim the season series now here at home in Detroit. Right back to Swift again on second down.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
First down, Mariota. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
On second down, Swift.
And some room to run now. Touchdown, Detroit.
Well, they've done a pretty good job keeping him in check to that point, but he finally breaks off a nice run here and gets into the end zone.
And it just takes one, doesn't it, partner? That can undo a lot of good work that a defense has done to that point. You break off one right there, and everything suddenly looks bad for you.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. But, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Getting the ball is Cook running left. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now Cousins. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this will be gathered up in the end zone. And that's a defensive touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. That's what they've done all game long.
point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They run again on first down. Cook. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. That, his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Cook. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 133 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Meanwhile, Cousins' throw pulled in by Jefferson. And out of bounds right around the 20. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off. But a nice game there for a first down.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll try the middle with Cook, and he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Up the middle, it's Cook. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call run fits, everyone was in the right place.
On second down, Cook. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
They go play action. Cousins steps away to it, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him.
Well, Parker, I would say just avoid play action, but that's not just been the problem. This defense, they've been getting pressure on all types of pass plays and really piling up the sacks in this contest.
The kick by Joseph is good, and that'll get the deficit down to 15.
So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the 3rd quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Throwing, Mariota. He's airing it out for Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try to throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They run it again with Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
Hey, we're good, we're good.
Cousins. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Noah Igbenogany, and he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. He's got it, and the lead swells. It's 28-6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that last pick six may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the fourth quarter. They need points quickly. And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing is Cousins. Out route to Jefferson, and he's got it. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 170 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign. Right back to him on 1st down. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. A give. This is Cook. And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions' 43-yard line. 3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
Brandon, unfortunately, I've been here before. They've had 2 opportunities to stop them, so this is demoralizing. They haven't gotten it done. Now you're calling all your blitzes, all your attack defenses, but you're not worried about playing your normal position. You're going to take chances now.
Well, you said it. 2 third-down opportunities to get off the field. Couldn't do it, and the clock continues to roll.
Here's Cook again. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down. Ball at the 26. 2nd and 7. Handoff comes to Cook. And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions' 21. So they need 2 yards here on 3rd down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. From the red zone now, Cousins. And this one complete to Smith. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. And now whistles here and a flag down. Looked like someone got going a little early. Ooh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. They'll go Madison up the middle. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. They'll run for it with Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Dalvin Cook with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Vikings are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. So the rushing touchdowns continue to stack up, CD. That now 15 for him on the year.
And give him a ton of credit for staying healthy, being a smart runner, and is showing just how important he's been to his team. He's got to be their MVP at this point in the season, and those votes may have been turned into league MVP votes when it's all said and done.
Cook, they'll try and run it.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Throwing here, Mariota. He's airing it out for Williams. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jamison Williams,
his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Lions look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 23. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Nwangu now from his end zone.
Oh, a good return up past the 30.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things through this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And he's got this to Jefferson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. On 1st and 10, Cousins.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked by Tracy Walker.
And the Lions are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Mariota here to throw. And that is incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mariota. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Mariota. There again is Cooks, complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that will bring up second down. They go play action. Mariota.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
They'll throw again. Mariota. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted.
You got to know as a quarterback it's going to be tough to outthink this guy in the defensive backfield. He's been at it 11 years now, so he knows all the ins and outs of the position, and he's in the right spot there to come up with the interception.
One last shot now for Cousins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the Lions come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for Detroit, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-5. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, it's a potentially fatal blow to their playoff chances as they drop to 6-7 on the year. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week